Good evening, all of you. Welcome to this panel discussion on what's next. A warm welcome from Famata Career Guidance and Training. We are enabling success in the journey of your life. We are a team of career counselors, psychologists, educationalists, industry experts, and happy parents with a collective experience of 300 plus years. We have been in this business of consulting, training, and counseling for the past 12 years. And today's session is about addressing the fears that the students of post-graduation and graduation have. What is that awaiting post-COVID-19? And what are the apprehensions or the fear or stress that is on me, and how do I handle it? And thanks to Famata for putting together a team of panelists uh, consisting of Dr. Sheelan, Ms. Harmeet Kaur, and Mr. Nishant. Thank you, panelists, for joining this panel discussion. And a brief introduction about Formata. We are helping the youngsters age group of 13 to 30 to take decisions in choosing a stream and beginning a career. At Formata, we are helping them to make informed choices, starting with understanding the personality, scientifically mapping the career options, shortlisting the career options and a stream, and the shortlisting the colleges for undergraduate and postgraduate programs in the areas of profile building, exploring the internship interest, setting academic goals, writing the personal statement, and preparing for college interviews. As far as the working professionals are concerned, we are carrying forward the foundation done to this 13 to 30 years in terms of redesigning their career path. A quick map of what the success stories of Famata. We have 600 hours of one-to-one career counseling. Added to that, 200 more hours of online Skype and chat support. We have impacted more than 2,000 students in career workshops. Our career planning webinars have been focused for companies like Turkey and NGO organizations like Computer Society of India, Bangalore, and for general public like this program. We have 6 counseling centers in Bangalore and one specifically for online. Our locations that have been covered so far include Bangalore, Vellore, Kolar, Bangarpet, Devangere, Delhi, Mumbai, and all over Pan India. A brief introduction about myself. I have 35 years of experience. I'm one of the co-founders of Famata. I'm heading technology and consulting wing. I have been in a corporates like HL, ISRO, iGate, and Infineon Technologies, and been mainly focusing on training and consulting areas in project management, business analysis, and requirements gathering. Trained more than 3,000 plus participants, and the training hours spent has been 1,500 plus. The career counseling has been done for more than 70 hours. I've been an entrepreneur for 3 years, selling vegetables door to door. I've been a consultant for past 4 years and facilitator and trainer for past 10 years. Happy to introduce the first panelist, Ms. Harmeet Kaur. Welcome, ma'am. She is the co-founder and CEO of Famata Consulting, 20 years of experience. Is a certified career counselor from UCLA with MPhil in business economics, MCom in finance. She has been an entrepreneurship educator and NLP practitioner. She is also a venture capital development program from ISB Hyderabad. Trained more than 5,000 participants and more than 4,000 plus training hours, and have been done career counseling for more than 700 plus. She has a 12 years of entrepreneurial journey, 3 years of career counseling and coach, 8 years of facilitator and trainer, business consultant for 12 years, She is an ex-professor, University of Delhi for 8 years. Welcome on board, Harmeet Kaur.
Thank you.
Our next panelist is Dr. Sheelan Mishra. He is a leading the Department of Management Studies at New Horizon College of Engineering, Bangalore. She holds a Bachelor of Science from University of Delhi. She also has a Master of Business Administration from Guru Jambuswar University, Haryana. She has done her doctorate from Jamia Millia Islamia in New Delhi in international marketing. She has done 45 research publications and guided 8 PhD scholars. She has keen interest in developing people in the areas of leadership, personal and corporate branding, and entrepreneurship. She is a master training recognized by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. She is also an advisor and mentor as recommended by National Entrepreneurship Network. She has contributed towards OBE curriculum for management programs, establishing Yuva Yojana, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and skill and personality development programs. Welcome on board, Dr. Sheelan.
Thank you so much, Mr. Suresh. Thank you.
And we have Mr. Nishant Shukla with us, who's got 26 years of experience. He has got a vision of transforming 1 million lives as a life and personal growth strategist. He is the founder and CEO of Nishant Shukla Academy, helping people to uncover their true desire, joy, passion, and start living a life they want. In all his trainings that have covered 20 countries, 800 plus programs, there were 10,000 plus participants who have been benefited. He is also coming up with a book and he is also a very good storyteller. He was the ex-CEO, CXO of Shine.com, ex-business head of Simply Learn and Edureka. He is a trainer, facilitator, and mentor. He is a business coach and career coach for 4 plus years. He has a corporate experience of over 20 years. He has led multi-million dollar projects in various levels. Welcome on board, Nishant Shukla.
Thank you. Thank you, Suresh sir.
Okay. So, Formata extends a warm welcome to all the participants and the panelists. We thank the panelists for sparing the time and we move on to the panel discussion now. Many of the young minds here have posted their post-COVID issues related to what is the purpose of life, what are the career opportunities in various fields like law, finance, MBA, freelancing, agripreneur, political science, digital analytics, AI, and so on. So I request Dr. Sheelan to help the young minds to understand how these issues can be tackled.
So, a very good afternoon to everyone who is present for this session today. And my heartfelt thanks to Ms. Harmeet, Mr. Suresh, for Meta Consulting for organizing this wonderful and very much needed session. At this point of time, where we are going through the pandemic, which was so much unexpected. I think none of us have thought that in our lifetime we'll be seeing something like this. Now, the way things have moved on in this pandemic, it has raised question in everybody's mind, be it a businessman, be it an employee or an employer, be it a student. Hmm. So today's session, which we have especially designed for the student community, is to help them out with the doubts that they have in their mind. A few questions that we have already received, we will be addressing those questions as well. If you have any questions, you can always type those questions in the chat box and we can take it from there. As the session title itself says what next, right? Now this what next is something which has a lot of confusions, out of which clarity has to emerge. Right. So now when we say what's next, right? So what we are referring to, we're basically referring to what is it we are going to do with our lives, or what is going to happen in our lives considering the kind of VUCA situation which is prevailing in the country, in the world at this point of time. right? And as a student, I'm sure, many of you are at those crossroads of, being in your final years of either degree or your post-graduation program, right? And when you're at such crossroads, there's a lot of confusion at such points. And let me tell you, there is no harm being confused, whether it's you, it's me, or others. It is a very common phenomena where, we develop such kind of confusions at certain points of our life. It is absolutely fine to be confused. You should not feel bad about it. Right? That is one thing which we should, make it very clear here, right? So, when even in my points, my career points, when I was in 10th, when I was in 12th, UG, PG, similar kind of questions came, though there was no pandemic situation at that point of time. But still, we had those points in our minds, what to do next and how to do it, right? So, one thing which we have to build up clarity at this point of time when we are asking these questions to ourselves, are we confused about the option that we have to choose, or is it a kind of self-doubt that whether we'll be able to do it successfully? Sometimes we get mixed up into these two things. We do not know what to do next, or we know, but we have a doubt on our skill set. So when we talk about these kind of questions, so I have just listed down few questions which many of you may be able to relate to also, whichever kind of program you belong to, whether it's about choosing a course, college, or will I be able to build a successful career out of the one which I have chosen, right? How should I choose a select offer? Should I focus on the company? Should I focus on the package that they're offering, right? And what kind of value should I look from a job offer? Should I look at, earning money? Should I look at gaining the experience? So these can be the few doubts that, many of you may be having about your career. And the self-doubt that we keep, talking about, what am I good at? I may take up this job, but will I be able to do it? But what are other people that they are telling I am good at? If something is holding me back, what is it? How do I choose out of the options that are available? Is it the interest? Is it the value? What is it I'm aiming at? Should I look at the emerging technologies? Should I look at the future technologies? Where is it I should be focusing upon? So you see, these are many questions that keep emerging in the young minds. And it's not only young minds, let me tell you, these are few questions which are right now coming into everybody's mind, including the experienced people in the industry, right? And it's not only career and I, many times it's our parents as well, right? Right now you are at home, they are watching you, the every activity that you're involved into, a good, a better one, or not so good. So how is it we manage expectations of parents when it comes, in terms of your degree, in terms of your jobs, in terms of your employments? And let me tell you, as kids, we always, used to think when our parents used to tell, looks like they're having very high expectations from us. Why do they keep telling us? Though if they're telling us something, they're telling it out of their own experience, to guide us better. And the one question, if I like to do something, can I convince my parents to pursue that particular area, right? And it's not only that, it's also friends which put a lot of pressure on us, because of which, again, we have a lot of doubts and questions in our minds. How to cope up with that pressure? Should I look at the career advice which my friend is giving? Should I do that course, that certification which my friend is doing? So again, questions and how to cope up with these kind of questions. So why I just refer to these questions is because this is what bring us to those crossroads of what to decide and how to decide, how to choose what is best for us, right? What is it right degree course for us, or let's say if you're already into your masters, what is it right job for me which I should be opting for? So when we are listening, talking about these kind of questions, now how to bring in the clarity out of it? Oh, I think I have shared a wrong PPT with you, but it's okay. It's like that. Yeah, right. So let's build a clarity starting from ambition versus reality. All of us aim at achieving a lot of high things in life, which is absolutely fine. We should have our goals defined. But what is it real me? What's the real situation around me? How is it I can work on my strengths, trying to achieving my ambition, right? So that one clarity we wish to have, which again is a process of understanding our own self. right? So here again, we have to struggle between our own present thinking and the conventional thinking of opting for a course or opting for a job, right? So where to start from? We need to start from whether we are looking at career from a education based or a talent based, right? Because these are the two things which will definitely give you a next step, right? So let's assume you are from a management background, so you might have done your BBA, BCom, and right now you're pursuing your MBA, right? So let's not talk about the skill sets here. You might have developed few skill sets while going through these courses. Now, after an MBA, based on your specialization, you might have opted for either finance, marketing, HR, right? So the jobs will come, you will opt for these interviews, you will get selected. So how is it you have actually built your career here? You have built your career based on your education, right? Now, let's say you are good at something. You have been involved in a sport, right? And you have gone to a national level, playing at the national level. Or you are very good in music and you have earned certain degrees, certificates in music as well, and you have participated in a lot of competition and you won those competitions. So we are talking about here your talent. Let's say you're very good in drawing, that's a talent. Let's say you're very good in speaking and convincing people, that's your talent. Would you like to pursue your career based on these, the talents that you have, right? See, I think if we, in the beginning itself, we can somewhere build this clarity. Is it education based or is it talent based? But going by the scenarios in India, let me tell you, most of the time we go by our education. Okay, it's an education-based career that most of us will be building upon, right? So, what factors to go into choosing a career? Hmm? So, it has to be a mix of many things, starting from your interest, your skills, what is it motivates you, how is it you are as a person, what is your location, how flexible are you to work with different locations, what kind of even network you have, because when you put all these things together, this is what will enable you to understand where lies your strengths and whether these strengths are in a similar area of your interest, and can you pursue your career out of your area of interest. Because I sometimes, the kind of discussions I had, people around me, the students around me, it's not that easy to build a career out of your area of interest. Not necessary that you will be skilled in the area where you are interested in, right? So if you have worked till this date building skills in the area of your interest, definitely you can pursue your career there. But that is not the case with most of the people today, right? So this is where the difficulty comes, the confusion between interest, can it be pursued as a career? We may not have the skills for it, right? So going by that, let me come to the next version of it, which talks about, yeah. So this I had done for. So we had a lot of questions regarding, what is it one can do after an MBA program, right? So let me now address it here. Once you finish your MBA, right? There are the different positions that you can opt for, again based on a specialization, starting from a business executive, starting from a financial analyst, starting from an HR generalist, starting from a recruitment specialist. Okay, you can also get into a lot of analytical position today, since data science is another emerging field. If you have happened to be a graduate from an operations management specialization, you can also get into as an operations and logistics executive, right? Now, one thing you need to understand here when you have completed a postgraduate program is, right, uh, if you're learning a management program, not necessary that from day one you would have a manager position with you, right? You will have to earn it by having an appropriate experience for a particular duration, plus the kind of performance that you will be showing up in your, during your work. So you would be definitely joining at the initial level of being an executive. It may be being a sales and marketing professional as well. but the way you perform in next 1.5 to 3 years is what define your journey, that how soon can you become a manager. I think that's a very big mental block that many a times I have seen students are having. Since you're doing an MBA program, you think you can directly join as a manager. Okay, so you should be mentally prepared. uh, Certain exceptional cases may be there, but you have to be mentally prepared to begin your journey in the organization with an executive position. Okay, so similarly, I think we had some question if we can also have what kind of career options do we have in media and communication field. So these are few which are listed down here, starting from a cinematographer to a copywriter, film editing, journalists, and so on. Actually depends on what skill set you have developed during your post-graduation program. Okay. Now let's say if you have gone into travel and tourism, what kind of career could you have? So, varying from an air hostess to a guest relation executive to a hotel management, travel and tourism professional are the various options available for you. Similarly, in healthcare, similarly in information technology, where you can be an IT professional, software engineer, an architect, or you can get into quality testing as well, right? So there are multiple options available for people when it comes to talking about the career after completing your post graduations in the different areas. But how would you survive this? You will survive only when you believe in you, in yourself. Okay, so you will not have skill sets in the beginning when you are doing these jobs, but how quick can you learn, right? Because companies today looking at your learnability, with what speed can you learn, what kind of teamwork that you have, what kind of attitude that you possess. Are you the one who looks negative, or are you the one who says no, I need to learn and I need to get it done, right? So remember these 4 P's, which will help you to build a good and faster career, right? The starting from purpose, the passion, the possibilities, and power. When you align these things together, I have written as 4 P's for you. Something similar would come out in a different form, but yes, the idea is how well can you align all these things with each other with a positive mindset and keep moving forward, right? So here, I remember one quote from Sylvester Stallone's movie Rocky. Maybe many of you would have seen this, where he says one very beautiful statement which I want all of you to hear. He says, um, it is not about how hard can you hit. It is about how hard can you get hit and keep moving forward. And this is how winning is done. Right? So if you feel that something will come on a platter and you will be able to enjoy it with all the tasters on it with the taste buds, let me tell you, life is not that easy. Life is beautiful provided all of you accept those challenges, work hard to win over them, and prove that yes, challenges are not bigger. It's me and my attitude who is bigger than those challenges and can win over them. So how hard can you get hit and keep moving forward would be the key to the ingredient of success, right? So now talking about that, I have listed out few PG programs also here, but I think may not be required for this group. Yes. So it's not only about job that I would like to recommend you here. In spite of doing your PGs, you can also look at options of being an entrepreneur. You can still look at the option of doing in higher education. If any of the degree student is attending this particular session, then higher education form of postgraduate program, and if it's a PG student, for the PhD, the doctorate level programs are some options for you available at this point of time. In fact, this time when job market it's just doing pretty well, all of us have a doubt about it. Further, earning few more qualifications for yourself seems to be a really fantastic idea, which will also help you to build better skills. In fact, this is a time, this is a golden opportunity most of you and us are getting to further skill ourselves in the areas of our interest. And when the right opportunity knock our door, we can just tap on it, right? So these are the another few opportunities which are available to you, right? And for the UG students, I will definitely recommend that going for a postgraduate program is a very high positive yes for you all, because again in my experience it says uh, I've seen students, who would have joined jobs after their degree program, but after a few years of experience, they would come back for a postgraduate learning. Right? Because many of you keep asking, what's the point of doing a master's program today when there is not a much of the job pay difference between a UG student and a PG student? Because you have seen a lot of students, getting jobs at their UG level, and the hike in the pay after doing your postgraduate program is not that much. Now, I think there is a very logical reason in that. Let me tell you why. Because whether you're a UG student or a PG student, right? The expenditure for the company in training you in the initial days is almost same. In fact, sometimes the feedback from the company says it is easy for them to mentor a student graduating, just graduating, rather than a postgraduate student. But then, where postgraduate student has a advantage is that you have learned better managerial skills. You have gone a level up in your expertise levels by doing your masters, right? So same training which would be given to both the categories. A master student is able to grasp it better. Exceptions may be there, but this is the kind of notion that the companies have about you, right? So at some point of time, if there is a promotion which is due for a student who is at a who is let's say BBA and who is an MBA, right? Almost equal performance. Companies would definitely want mind giving preference to an MBA students, because the student is already coming with a master's degree, or maybe a better approach to deal with the team. So a highly recommended PG program for the UG students, right? And there's one thing which you should keep in your mind. Mr. Suresh, please let me know if I have taken too much of time so that I can quickly finish.
Yeah, you can close it in a minute, ma'am. We have
Okay, I'll do
less
that.
time.
I'll do that. Let me just share these other two slides with them. So this is the feedback from the industry that we are getting, and this feedback is not improving much. Where they say it's only about 30% of the graduates who somewhere fall into that employable category, right? And 30% of graduates who also get the jobs, which somewhere are of their interest, right? So I think this is a very alarming figure for all of us. You know, we have a lot of questions in our minds, but have we also identified the skill sets that are required for the jobs that we want to do? In such COVID times, are we working on those skill sets, right? Have you let's say joined a communication class? Let's say, have you joined a digital marketing class? Have you opted for an analytical course? Have you opted for a Python language? Have you again opted for a machine learning kind of course, right? So that you can prove industry wrong with these figures, these percentages which are researched by them, right? So I always feel that it depends on you as an individual, that how ready are you to learn, grab these skills. Okay, so I'll just leave you with this thought, where what are those skills company expects from fresh recruit at any level, starting from your communication skills, the knowledge that is beyond the textbook. How much more are you aware in general about the business, about the latest happenings, your attitude, how flexible are you in terms of your placement in different locations across the country, right? Have you also gone ahead, did some kind of foreign language training programs? Are you able to multitask? Do you have that ambition? Do you have that fire in the belly that you have to do much better in life, that you want to grow in your life? Right? So these are the kind of skills that would be required from the employability perspective, right? So career choices are life choices. Take them seriously. do them right. And this is a wonderful opportunity which has come all your way to, give you time to further hone your skills, right? So, Ziegler has said once, it is not what happens to you that determines how far you go in life. It is what you do with what happens to you. So, if you have this positive approach in life, I'm sure all of you would be able to do wonders in your life. All of you will be able to achieve that you wish from your life. So, maybe the Ikigai question will take it later if we are left out with some time answer. So I will close my session here, and with the wish that all of you are able to figure out your purpose in life and what is it you should be doing it. And I will highly recommend if you can reach out to your mentors, your teachers, even your family members with whom you can connect better, who can listen to you well and who can advise you well. And please keep sharing. Do not keep things to yourself. It's very important for you to let it out and approach the people for the advice. So thank you so much. Thank you for Matter Consulting for giving me this opportunity to share my views with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sheelan. You have given the overall perspective of the entire horizon of where the students can move with their education background and different job opportunities. Of course, the 4 Ps have to be remembered. We move on to next set of questions that the young minds have got regarding how do I manage time? What are the life skills that are required to manage this situation? And what are the learning platforms that are available? How much time should I take to settle myself in a career? So some interesting questions. So I request Nishant to help the young minds to come over these problems. Over to Nishant.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Suresh. So one of the key questions that, I keep asking wherever I go, and the questions that I see, that there is so much to do. There are so many things to learn. There are so many things to acquire. What to do? Morning we wake up that, okay, today we are going to do these 10, probably 5 things or 6 things. And we get into that, and then there are distractions. There is social media, and there are a lot of things happening there. And then you turn on the news, and then you see the world is going to end. And by the time the afternoon comes, the energy is completely gone. And by the time the day ends, feel that, the day is gone, and we have not been able to complete anything. So it's very, very important to, first of all, the advice that I give to people who feel that they are getting overwhelmed with all this information, that the jobs are going down and all these things, the economy is going down, the market is not doing it. First is stop watching the news. If you really, really want some peace in your life, stop watching the news. I don't watch any news at all. If at all there is a need to know something, I go online and I check that. Because when you turn on the TV, you feel like it is going to end. Second is start living one day at a time. Because when you start thinking about the future, it takes away that entire energy, and human mind, especially in these days, it is so inclined towards that negative thinking. What is going to happen, by when the economy will recover, maybe 2021, maybe 2022, how I'm going to live by that, which course I should go, whether there will be a future for that or not. There are so many negative thoughts coming for the future. And what I tell them is stop, and stop living one day at a time. When you wake up in the morning, you decide what is it that you're going to accomplish today. That is the basic foundation to manage the time, because then you have clarity. These are the things that I want to finish. And of course, there are some standard ways that you got to make a to-do list, which doesn't work generally. It doesn't work. People make a long to-do list, but it doesn't work. But you find out that I'm sure there was a question about the clarity and the vision, and when Harmeet covered the Ikigai factor, we'll talk about that. Very important for you to have this one single clarity, that vision, that where exactly you are going to go, and then from that you break it down, that what are the different milestones you have, and then you prioritize them. Like many of you who are doing MBA, you want to get into a particular kind of job, get clarity that what company, what job, what role, by what time. Go online, do some research, find out about that role, and then you see that between whiteboard, the skills that you have and the skills that are required to do that job, what is the gap, and then you decide what skills you're going to learn, what skills you're going to acquire, and make a plan, 10 days plan, 15 days plan, 20 days plan, and that is how you got to manage that. So the key, the mantra here is manage your time for the social media. This is something that I tell to everyone, especially those who are the youngsters one. Second is stop watching the news. This is my personal advice, and I follow that. Third is have absolute clear vision where you want to go, and have a milestone, a step-by-step plan for that. That week-wise, you must have that week-wise plan clear in front of you. That if I have 30 days, what is it that I'm going to accomplish? And then you will see that how effectively you are actually moving ahead. The clarity is very important. I hope it answers that many of the questions which we received, that how to manage time, Mr. Suresh.
Yeah, yes, Nishant. And any suggestion for learning platforms, maybe technology-wise or soft skill-wise, life skills-wise?
Yes, the good part, I always look at the positive sides of things that have happened. And this pandemic situation, there is an opportunity in disguise. You need not to go anywhere. You need not to travel anywhere. You can just learn and acquire the skills from the... Can I request all of you to please go on mute? Available to us now. Find out that vision, that clarity, that what kind of job you want to apply for, what kind of role you want to get into, what kind of career you want to build, and then you find out what skills you need to acquire. There are multiple platforms available. There are multiple courses available. Go through the description. Do not go just because someone said that do this course, this will help you in career. If you're taking that approach, then believe me, next 20 years you'll keep learning and acquiring skills, but you'll not get the your objective will not be met. Focus on one skill that is required for you to get into that job, or what is required for you to grow in that particular job. And that completely depends on your own vision, the clarity you have about that, the career that you want to build. And then find out, and the course has to, of course, match your pocket, because there are certain courses. For example, I'll give you a simple example, data science. There are courses available from 4,000, 5,000 to probably 4 lakhs. So you got to see what actually is matching with your budget, and invest the money that you can afford. Invest the money that you can actually, that is easy on your pocket. And all these courses, I'm not comparing anything, but I'm saying that yes, even that 4,000, 5,000 or 10,000 course will also give you some insights toward that. Start with that. You cannot acquire the entire knowledge and skills of the world in one day, but pick up the most critical one that is required. I hope, yeah.
Thank you, Nishant. That gave a complete picture of how to apply the life skills in real life scenario, like switching off your TV, not watching news. Essentially, it is reinforcing whatever Dr. Sheelan was talking about. Have a goal and work towards it. Thank you so much. And we have another set of interesting questions coming from the young people here. Should I manage my family, or should I look into my career commitments? Should I work towards a job, or should I plan my career? Should I look for a job or go for my higher studies? I request Harmeet, who has extensive experience in this area. So I would like her to give her views on these perspectives.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Suresh. Thank you, friends, for joining in. Yes, we are looking and waiting for more questions from what learnings you have gained from the two experts, Dr. Sheelan and Nishant. Looking at the questions on whether job is important or higher education, whether family commitment is important versus professional commitment, I would like to connect this with three words, starting with three words: vision, strategy, and tactics. So when you think about yourself, what is the vision that you've created for yourself? And this vision may be a dream when you have been a kid, and then it becomes a small idea, and then it becomes a goal, and then it becomes milestones, and then again the whole cycle starts. So what has been your vision? What you see yourself 5 years from now? Even if you start thinking about your vision today, where do you see 5 years from now? The way you see will define your strategy. That yes, I will be doing so and so act, which will help me to, which is moving me towards my vision. And that act could be, as Nishant said, picking up the right course. That act could be, as Dr. Sheelan said, building the right skill. And that act could again be whether you are looking, whether you are going to take up a job or you're going to go for higher studies. So that's at a broader level, you define your strategy. And then the tactics are actually your everyday action. What action you're going to take every day. So today, if you have spent 2 hours on social media, you have to ask yourself, was it in the direction of my vision? And is that act aligned to my strategy? So you think of you have heard of these words when you look at businesses, when you look at jobs, or when you look at the corporates. But this equally applies to you. And that gets connected to the 4 Ps that Dr. Sheelan was mentioning. What is your purpose in life? It's an everyday question. Till you find your purpose, you have to ask yourself every day. And that also leads you to looking at, when you have defined your vision, looking at what would be my next bigger vision. What is going to happen after 5 years? So from 5-year vision, you can create your next 10-year vision. From 10-year, you go to 15 years. So that's how you do your planning. And that's the reason that when Nishant and Dr. Sheelan are mentioning that COVID is actually an opportunity to think and reflect. And if you have you never built a vision, but you have always been dreaming, then this is the time to take action. Align everything around you. And Nishant and I actually use a very common word when we work with young professionals. We talk about ask. What is your ask? The attitude, skills, and knowledge, right? So if you have to build around these, Dr. Sheelan has mentioned to you about the knowledge, the domain knowledge that we build. The skills is the extra courses, the value-added courses that you do, the internships that you take. And your attitude is defined by how you have brought yourself up. It's not only the parents that will bring you up, but how you have brought yourself up. And that defines, that's in totality is what your employer is going to look into. And that's the balance that is created. Yeah, Mr. Suresh, hope that answers the question.
Yes, ma'am. Excellent. So this gives a direction in which all the panelists are driving towards, like have your vision, have your purpose, work out strategies, and then bring that into action. Okay, that's what the critical thing that is coming up. There are a couple of questions that keep coming again and again related to how do I be happy in life? How do I succeed in life? Which job will make me happy? So
Okay.
I am keeping this question open to all the panelists. Whoever wants to answer can answer this.
I think each one of them can do, but Nishant can start that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is a very,
We have a question in the chat box also. So after that,
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am picking it up, and it was there in the earlier survey also.
So this is a very important question and very crucial question, and this is something that entire world is not entire world, but at least 97% of the people are searching for that answer: how to be happy. And how I'm going to be, how this corona situation or the job situation is impacting us. And yes, the situation is shifting. I'm not saying it is good or bad. I'm not at all saying that it is going to be very good after 3 months time. I don't know. No one in the world knows. But and people also look at this. I've been working with this in people development for last 15 years. And there are a lot of people who say that once I get into that job, then I'll be very happy. Life will be sorted. I remember 2000, 2001, I was earning a very meager salary at that time. And I used to think, I mean, if I get, 5,000 rupees extra, I mean, 2,000 extra, I'll be very happy. Forget 2,000, I got 5,000 extra. Then I thought, okay, if I touch that level, then life will be absolutely sorted. And believe me, it continued. Even till when I reached to CXO level, it was still okay. I mean, it will be good to earn more. Uh, so do not put conditions to your happiness. One of the key mistake that people make, and one of the key learning of my life for last 30 years of career has been that when you are happy, then you are emotionally engaged with the work that you're doing. When you are emotionally engaged with the work you're doing, you'll see your commitment will go up. When your commitment is going up, that is where you'll start making your presence felt. And that is where when you're going to grow. So that passion is very important. That will come to that commitment. And for that, right now, I would suggest that every one of you who want to be happy, who feel that there are certain barriers, right after the session, take pen and paper and write down what are the barriers, what are the things which are not letting you be happy in this moment. Because if you cannot be happy right now, believe me, you won't be able to enjoy the happiness when you get that job as well. Because there are some barriers, some problems right now. When you get into a job, there will be some problems and challenges in the job also. Because companies have expectations. You'll have bosses, you'll have your colleagues, you'll have team members, who will be probably expecting something from you. Things may not go as per your plan. So if you are not happy right now in this moment, it will be very difficult for you to be happy when you get that job or that kind of money as well. So to conclude this question, to answer this very precisely, how to be happy, right after this call, do this exercise with pen and paper. Write down what are the factors which are troubling you. What are the areas in your life which you think are not working? Okay. And what expectations you have from your own self, what expectations your parents have from yourself. Because it is the unfulfilled expectations which actually creates this problem in our life. And that takes away the happiness. You do this exercise, and trust me, when you start doing that, it will open up a different aspect for you. Once you know what is stopping you, once you know what are the barriers, once you know what are the mental blocks that you have, then overcoming that is easy. And also, a word of caution, it's not one time that aaj maine likh liya, today I made the list and then I can be happy for life. No, this is one thing that you'll have to do every single day. I still do that. I write my journals. You look at this, my journals, I filled, and last 5 months I have filled some probably 4 or 5 registers. I keep writing. Get the habit of writing. And writing with pen and paper, because when you do this with pen and paper, it gets registered in your head. So, sorry, you have to wait for. I live close to airport, so every time there is a heavy or Air Force plane going on, it just takes away powers, everything. So that's the key, my dear friends. That's the key. And this tool that I'm giving you, it is for life. Start writing on pen and paper. Find out what are the challenges you have in your life, and then you see the magic. You'll yourself see the way out of that. I hope it gives good insight, Mr. Suresh.
Yes, yes, sir. So the basic thing is that we keep writing things in mind, in air, in water. But if you start writing it on paper, then the start of happiness journey is starting, right?
Yeah.
So I see a couple of
One more
questions.
thing,
Yeah.
and just one more thing. Another extremely critical thing is gratitude. You know, count your blessings. This is something that I tell everyone, youngsters. I am also father of a teenage daughter, and I know how difficult it is to get her to that right, that gratitude. But count your blessings. Everything that is not giving you trouble. I don't have that job, I don't have money, I don't have this, but then be grateful for what you have. You are here in this session, so you have a laptop, you have a phone with internet connection, you probably have a roof on your head, you have food to eat. Be grateful for that, and then you see how your life will start to shift. Do that.
So I recollect a song from one of a famous singer from Karnataka, P.B. Srinivas. So he has sung very beautifully. There are crores of people below your level. Think of them.
Yeah,
There are floods in Assam. People don't have, food, shelter. So think about yourself. You are in a much comfortable position to think and improve yourself. Okay.
absolutely.
There are a couple of questions on what are the lucrative jobs that we can go after. What is the job situation after Corona? So probably Dr. Sheelan or Hamid could throw some light.
Sheelan, you start. I'll complete it. You're on mute. Please, you're on mute. No, Sheelan, you're on mute.
Sheelan, please unmute and speak.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I've unmuted myself now. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes. I was saying that this is a very evergreen question. And let me tell you, all of us, from our times till date, and I'm sure our ancestors as well, everybody used to have this question. Okay, now what are the jobs in future, lucrative jobs in future? To start with, without giving you indication of any field, in anything where you can excel with your skills, with your talent, that particular job will become lucrative for you. Okay, because the moment you find that purpose in life and you do your best, you give your best for that particular purpose, it will take that shape, which will also lead to your good pay structure and will also give you happiness because you have put in effort for that. So sometimes I feel, just leading it to also the previous question of happiness, so it's not only about getting a lucrative job, it's also about the effort that you put in doing it, the result you get out of it, and then how do you feel about the result. Okay, so these are pretty relative terms. So where I see a lucrative job in future for myself may not be lucrative for you, right? So based on your specialization, which you have done so far, and what are those various options available to you, open to in front of you, the effort that you will put in, that will become lucrative. But yes, going by the data published by the various organizations, few fields which are emerging as future technologies where they see a lot of job opportunities, your automation sector, the robotics, the data analytics. When I start, when I see it from the angle of an engineering and a management perspective, right? So this is just to support that today during this COVID situation, when all of us have moved online, okay, and when companies are looking at more and more cost cutting, where companies are coming with more lean processes, automation is the path of future. It has already started, it has already begun, but it will go a long way. So you as a person who wants to have a good career would have to ensure that you are very good with technology in whichever field you are working. You cannot keep yourself away from it. Okay, so I just start from, we have one question here in the chat box. How is the teaching profession future, right? Let me tell you, how was it till now? All of us had accessibility to the technology, but how much were we using it till now? But moment a situation like COVID came in, all of us shifted to those online classes. All of us got to know the tools that we have never used before, right? So we quickly adapted to the situation. So similarly, in our teaching profession, it is going to be a blend, but nothing can replace something like a face-to-face teaching. So as a teacher, you do not have to worry about it. But as a teacher, you have to adapt yourself to use all those possible technology tools, which now our students have become used to. Right? Our students are already used to, spending more time on the screen. Now, how do we devise a mechanism to utilize this screen time better, productively? So where they can engage with us and with our syllabus and with our course content, right? So that is a way ahead. And anything else that you want me to focus on, Mr. Suresh?
I think maybe Hamid might add up a few points for the careers, lucrative careers. What should I go for?
Sure, sure. So I will start by mentioning that let's say when a 13-year-old comes to us for career counseling, and then our suggestion starts with, at the team of career counselor, we work with each student. So our suggestion starts with, what are the subjects that you love studying? You start your thought process from there. Now that filtration happens when a 15-year-old comes to us. We say you've already selected your subjects in grade 11. So now let us look what subject by subject you can make a career out of it. Yeah. When a college student comes to us, then we talk about, why did you choose a course? Was it your decision, or was it the decision of your parents, right? So with all this, we have a very beautiful scientifically developed tool which talks about, maps the core competencies of an engineering student, for example, to saying that if you are doing computer science, then you may be good at, out of 5 areas of domain knowledge, you may be good at more of data, analyzing the data. Or an MBA student comes to us, and that tool Dr. Sheelan College also uses that. Whether you are good in HR, marketing, or finance. And now 2 more categories are added. Are you good in operations or management also, right? So that's one way. The other way to, that's the way we are saying you have to first of all look inside. And then one important point is, we all have 3 learning styles: auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. We all learn through all the 3 ways. As we said, while online teaching went in, it's the auditory mode that we are learning. But the book is important. That's the visual mode. Now, but the whole thing is that everyone will have one dominating learning style. And why I'm mentioning learning style, the way you learn is also going to define what kind of careers you may like. So kinesthetic person wants to have a career which is more with working actually with hands, experiencing. So that could be food, or that could actually be machines. That detail is what our role is. That how do we find out whether you will be successful in machines or whether you will be successful in food. Same way, an auditory person, there are jobs in audiology, there is speech therapy. Yeah? But given the COVID situation, the good thing that has happened, that the careers, everybody is looking back to the basics of the careers. So education and healthcare were booming and will still boom, and will boom at a much bigger way. Yeah, so build your skill sets around that. That would be a good idea. But the core is, as Dr. Sheelan said and Nishant said, and I extend that, is what you love doing and where you can excel. Find that core. And if you need help, come to us.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we are crossing the time. So I would request each panel to give a summary note of what this young mind should carry as an action item. Maybe Dr. Sheelan to start that. What is your concluding note for the young minds?
Right. So I would like to conclude my session today by saying that you have 2 very wonderful powers with you. One power that you can choose, the other power that you can let it go. So I think the list that you will be creating for yourself, you need to figure out that which power you want to use for which item in that particular list. Number one. So number two, happiness lies in the process of doing things. It's not the result actually. So if you're enjoying doing something, the process of it, automatically even the result will be good for it, right? Third thing is, all of us have advised us to, work on your skills during this COVID time. I think you should definitely look at a lot of such online portals, MOOC courses which are available, and many of them are running free of cost as well. Recently, I have done one program called as Embracing Change, which is equally good from a student to a profession level. A 5 hours program, but it actually takes a day for you to do it if you do it very decently. Please definitely do this program. And you can also check out many other programs on Coursera from different universities on data science, robotics, automation, and so on, wherever your interest lies in. And third thing I would like to end with, and the last thing, find an ikigai. We had a question on that, the ikigai. What is that, one thing you are living for, right? So, and finding that is not easy. All of us will give you different tools and techniques, that is for sure. It takes time. It's okay if you have not figured it out till now, fine. But it is also time for you to reflect back and see, can you find that purpose at this point of time? So start thinking, you start retrospecting what you have achieved so far, what you have done so far, and how you have done it. I think you will be able to figure that out. So with a wish that the most important thing in life is health, right? So stay healthy. If you are able to stay healthy, you'll be able to do many things very well, which will bring you a lot of happiness and also success in life. So God bless you all. Best wishes for all your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shiv. Nishant, your concluding note, please.
Yeah, thank you. So it was really wonderful going through all the questions and hearing what Sheelan and Harmeet also had to say. What I would like to suggest very strongly is get that purpose and clarity in your life. And as Sheelan said that if you haven't found it yet, there's nothing wrong in that. But keep asking questions yourselves. You know, do not jump into the career because someone else is doing something, someone else is making good money, someone else is going abroad, someone else is living a happy life. Do not try to mirror anyone. A secure job is a delusion. There is nothing called a secure job. It is your commitment, it is your emotional engagement which is going to actually help you grow in that job. Finding the purpose is very important, and also awareness, self-awareness. The most important topic where I teach people, where I coach people, is a self-awareness. See what is blocking your growth. What is it that is not letting you to be happy? What is it that is giving you that kind of the stress or the anxiety? Is it fear? Is it real or imaginary? So I would say that start writing on your thoughts on paper, because when you write on thoughts on the paper, you would know what are the barriers you are facing, what challenges you have, what issues you have, because then only you can take the next step. And very important to have that clarity. Work with someone, get coached, find out someone, find a mentor, come to us and see how you can get that clarity. Otherwise, you will be like, imagine you are a captain of the ship who has no direction. The ship is most powerful. You have all the fuel and all the resources to go, but you don't know where you want to go. And then one day you get a very vague idea that, okay, I want to go to US. And you'll say, okay, sail in that direction for 3 days and then take a right turn for 15 days sail, and then you'll reach US. You'll become Christopher Columbus, who started from Portuguese to reach India and he landed in US. And you don't want to do that with your life. So first of all, find out this purpose, find out this clarity. That is what I would like to advise everyone, because once you have the clarity, you'll see that everything will start falling in place in your life. So that is one thought that I would like to leave you with, how you're going to create that, be in that question. And Harmeet has shared the details, and you can reach out to any one of us. So with that, I would like to wish you all the very best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and also those who are dealing with the fear, start replacing your thoughts. Negative thoughts, visualize how positive it can be, how good it can be, and you'll see that, you'll experience that. But the key for that is start writing. So that's what I would like to add here. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Dr. Suresh, for hosting this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nishant.
And wish you all the very best,
Over
everyone.
Hamid, your concluding note, please.
Okay, sure. So I would like to leave everyone with sharing the growth cycle of a bamboo tree. If you know the bamboo tree, it's so tall, but how does it get there? So if the seeds of a bamboo tree are sown, you know what happens? First year, nothing happens. Don't see anything. First year, one full year. I have sown seeds of coriander, and in 1 week I could see it coming out of the mud, right? But in case of a bamboo tree, nothing happens first year. Nothing happens second year. Nothing happens third year. Nothing happens fourth year. But in the fifth year, when it starts showing its face, in 6 weeks' time, it grows to 6 feet height. So COVID or no COVID, what have you sown inside? Or what would you like to sow inside that in your next 5 years, how tall you grow? Think about it and work on it. Thank you so much, Mr. Suresh, for moderating this, and Nishant and Dr. Sheelan for being part of this powerful session. Lot of valuable learnings for everybody. If you can apply 2, 3, 3, 4, I think the change will start happening. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Hamid. Thank you all the participants. I hope you have a good value add session. I thank the panelists for sharing their time, effort, and all the valuable inputs. I hope the session was successful, and we have given our contacts. You can drop in your additional questions. We are always there to help you. And thank you all for this wonderful session. Have a nice evening, and have a whatever weekend is left. Have a nice weekend also.